The second part of the Illustrator 2 lab is adding text. So I'm going to demonstrate the text tool, the type tool, and I'm going to create a new file. You can also do Command N for new, and I'm going to pick print and change it to inches and create. So the type tool is here, the T, and you can just type T and it'll highlight it for you. There's two ways to add text to your document. The first way is to click and it'll be a point and a line under the live text. What you see here is lorem ipsum, and that is Greeking. So it's a way to add dummy copy. You may know you want 2 or 3 paragraphs of text, or you don't know the headline yet, and you can use the dummy copy. It comes already highlighted, so anytime you just click anywhere once on your page, it will come up. It's already highlighted, so you can hit delete, but you don't have to. You can just start typing, and it will cover over, delete it, and add your text. And now it's a shape. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's a shape with a line and a dot. And if I do Command Y, you'll see that's what it looks like in the wireframe view, and you can see that's the starting point. So if I click on it, it highlights like that. And right now it's a left aligned, and that's always the basic default setting. So if I look here, here's my default font. Always pick a new font, any font, and I'm going to select Accidents Grotesque. And you can see this is the extended version. The secondary level will give you all the different sets, cuts, weights. So if I made that bold, you can dial in the size. You can type in the size, 17.5, whatever. It will do that for you. Let me get rid of that. Oops. You can also do type up here. So the palette kind of pops out. And you can do it under type. Be careful if you touch the font drop down. It takes a while to cycle through and load all the fonts. I have quite a few, so I'm not going to do that. And to find the type, you would go to here and character, and the character and the paragraph come together. I'm going to get rid of the image trace. So you can skew these with numbers. There's presets, but I generally do not want you to skew type if you can help it. The fonts are made a certain way to be a certain size at 100%. You can scale this by just pulling on it. You don't have to dial in, and you can see what happens. It's gonna automatically fill that in for you. And to get back to 100%, you just click back or type in 100, and you can change it to whatever size you want. And you can color the type. You can color it here. You can color it using your swatches, and it will be fine to have it as a gradient even. Here's some, when you change it over to text. So if you added gradient, you have to make the text into shapes. I misspoke. So you have to pick a solid color. So that's really important. The other way to add text is to add paragraph form text. So you click and drag your text box, much like you would do in Word, and it's going to remember whatever you had your settings as before. So I'm going to change this to regular, and I'm going to reduce the size. And you can see it continues on. Because it was so large, it only got to this point. So if I have a smaller text font size and then I add a box, it'll do a lot. And that might be helpful when you're just looking to play around with it. And you can see it goes on. And If you squish this box up, it'll have this. That means there's more text hiding. You can also click on that and make a new text box if you wish. There's some more to that, but this is for paragraphs. So you can change the size and the leading, which is the space between lines of text. You can do all different things. In the paragraph part, you can do space after paragraph. So wherever you have a hard return where a paragraph ends, you can add space. You don't have to put a hard return in between your paragraphs. That's a little bit more involved lesson. So those are the two ways you can add text. Now, if you look here, you can see there's lots of other text tools. Most of them are like for unique situations. The only other one I use would be type on a path. So if I had a circle and I use the type on the path tool and started typing, it makes it into a circle. If I use my white arrow, you can see this is the center point, and you might go into paragraph and make it center aligned. And then these two are the end points, and you can move the text around like that if you wish. And you can even do it on the inside by flipping it and rotating it. It gets a little funny, so you have to be slow and careful to get it to the position you'd like it to be. Other than that, I don't use these other style. Vertical type isn't a good idea for type. But in case you do need it, you can play around with that. You can also do text on a line. So if you had a curved line, let me flip that, and you wanted text on this path, you can also add it to lines. And the text is still live. You can color it. You can do whatever you'd like. So play around with that. And here's some written instructions. And then the assignment today, you're going to create a card using the shapes lesson. So I'm going to delete that. And the image trace, you're going to add your cat JPEG and trace the cat and convert it over, and remember to expand. And then you're going to add some type as well. So it can be a birthday card. You can type happy birthday. You can change the font to something like that. You can click and drag. If you hold shift, you're going to keep the proportions correct. You can also rotate the text. You can do all different things. So play around with that. Now, to add the cat, you would do File, Place, and then add your navigate to wherever it is on your hard drive, and you can place that in and do your image trace. All right, so here it is up here, and then you have your image trace window drop down palette under image trace. And then you can add your cat, add some text. It doesn't have to be happy birthday. Just play around with that. The other way to open a file like that is if you did open, you opened it through the program, even though it's not a Illustrator based or vector based file type, you can open it through the program. So you do open, you select it and hit open, and it will open a page for you, and it will guess the size. So if I go to my page, my artboard, can't find it, so there it is. And if I double click, it'll tell me that's the page, and it's an 8.5 by 11. So it placed this image on this page for me. You can see, so you can place graphics using place, or you can open this file through the program, and you can see that's the name of it, and it's a PNG. So if I just hit save or save as, it will ask me to convert this over to in Illustrator file format. If I did a save as, you'll get the same idea. You'll get the same, you get the idea. So that is the Illustrator 2 assignment, the lab.